Hello, everyone. Welcome to our session. We're going to start in 5 minutes. Allow me these 5 minutes, please. We have quite an exciting session today, so please stay tuned. I will be right back with you in 5 minutes. So I'm going to have a message just playing in the background, and I will be again right back with you in exactly five. Thank you very much. I'm Konstantinos, Global AI Athens and Azure Innovators Hub. Today is DevOps and container apps. Let's step a little bit back from all this AI stuff, and yeah, let's go hardcore, well, hardcore core Azure with container apps and some smart information on DevOps. So allow me these 5 minutes, and I will be right back with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. We are back, and I would like to thank everyone for being here today. It is a very interesting session, to tell you the truth, and I did spend the time to, make it look, not look, make it work as best as it is possible, considering that we are lost into this catch-up struggle with AI and everything. I'm sorry about this. I had to check that the sound is working, and yeah, I had a very, very, uh, how can I say that, stressful experience recently with another session where we lost sound. I was speaking all the time and no sound at all. So yeah, that session is going to be repeated on the 24th, Monday, 9 p.m. If I remember correctly. Please check our pages. We have a lot of pages around, so let's start a little bit slowly. Allow me to present and allow me to get myself away from the camera so the screen would be all ours for us. Okay, so allow me to show you just a few moments about our communities. I'm sorry. Yeah, we have tested the sound, so yes. Okay, so first of all, the community named Greek MVP community. You can find the URL at mvpgreece.gr, and of course you can register. It is the registration is for free, and once you register, let's see a little bit the page. So here is the page. Here you will find the active Greek MVPs. So this is for the current year. Hopefully everyone will be renewed, and I would really like to see more people coming in and joining. Join the community. You can, as I said, register here. You can register with Gmail. You can register with Outlook, or just create an account locally with your preferred username and password, and you will be in. There is no fee. There is no charge. There is nothing. Everything is free. You can, of course, watch our latest videos from our specific YouTube channel, and you can follow us in LinkedIn. So what is going on here? There is a news page with every new announcement coming up into this page. But the most interesting page will be the members, of course. This is the reason I'm showing this to you. If you register, you will have access to sessions created by Greek MVPs and the capability to vote for your favorite theme, favorite talk, favorite technology, favorite or something that you would like to see and participate also. So voting, and we will create that session for you based on the voting results. We have here our beautiful AI assistant. At the moment, it's very basic, but as we progress, this assistant will be able to provide a lot of information to you. I'm not saying more. I'm keeping this as a surprise for those that will register and use it. We have these learning paths that are created specifically by MVPs, so you can follow a path in Microsoft Learn, of course, but it is hand created by hand. We picked specific modules and we created this path that is kind of personalized or kind of dedicated to a specific skill. So AI services on Azure and AI governance and security with Azure AI Foundry. You can start learning, and you will have a specific order of modules and learning paths to follow. Very, very interesting. So someone is creating basically your learning paths, and you will find more as we grow. This is very early stages. It's not even 1 month that we have created this. Now, here you see these boxes that are great. It is not active. It is deactivated. Probably you will find here something new. I'm not sure yet how to manage this. I'm open to ideas, so please go to that page, write us a message. We are reading the messages and we are responding at least in the next hours. The latest, it will be the next day. So please write your message, what you would like to see as a member of the Greek MVP community. It doesn't matter if you are from Greece or from anywhere in the world. And we're welcoming everyone from every part of the world. We would like to see this community grow. Please go to our YouTube channel and register yourself here in our MVP community. The events calendar, where we are creating and hosting our events. So you will have information about upcoming events. For example, this one was in the past, another one in the past. So everything that's going on about our MVP members will be here. Now, you may wonder why this specific today's event is not listed here. This event is done by Global AI, which is the next community I would like to show you. I'm changing keyboards, muscle memory, you know. So global AI is a community dedicated to AI, of course. Okay, so global AI is a community that um, now I'm sorry, I want to correct this. This event is not listed here because it is done by Azure Innovators Hub. Okay, it is not done by global AI, but global AI is our AI community. It's very fresh, it's very new. It doesn't exist even 1 year. We already have in our meetup group a lot of members. I think we're around 150, something like that. Please go to our meetup group and register. Keep your globalai.gr in your bookmarks, and you will find here all the events happening. You can see and watch the event that is happening. For example, on Monday, you will see this event live in this page, or you can just go to the YouTube channel. Season of AI MCP is a very important collection of events where it is Microsoft provided content I'm presenting, but again, I am open for other speakers. Nothing is for definite. So if you would like to register as a speaker, please go and register as a speaker. I will see the form created and I will communicate with you so we can build your session and extend this to, I don't know, 3 hours or 2 hours, depending on what you would like to present around MCP. I do also have content to provide to you if you're not having, if you're don't have any ideas or you're not sure about your event. Okay, globalai.gr. And finally, my personal space. There are two spaces. I prefer to show you this one, pasadis.github.io. You will find everything about me here. So the reason I'm sending you here is because here you will find all the repos. Okay, whatever solution is out there created by me, you will find it in GitHub. So yes, you can just hit the code button and go there. If you hit the demo button, you will be able to go to the website, to my blog post, to my blog, and you will find the post here. So it's cloudblogger.eu. Many of you may already know this. My only request here, guys, is please, when you are visiting my and our artifacts and elements around the social media world, please register, please declare your presence, show that you are supporting us. We don't ask for anything, okay? We ask only for you to be there for us by registering and showing your appreciation just by hitting that button. So, enough with this. Um it's time to why the camera is still open. Okay. Enough with this. Let me now go back and start discussing about today's solution. So what we have today, go away. I want to, yes. Today we have a solution that is currently very common. And by common, I mean it is a solution that helps us understand and work at the same time with our container apps and DevOps. Now, when we are saying the word DevOps, our mind directly goes to GitHub because now GitHub it is primarily a version control system, but it is not only that. It has been transformed to a unified platform for your version control, for your development operations, for your build operations, for even project management is available there, community management, everything. But we have also Azure DevOps. And this is what I'm showing to you right now. This is the Azure DevOps screen. Let me make it a little bit bigger for everyone to see better. I think the screen also could be changed to 1080p, so switch to high definition, please. If you are in YouTube, you can do it by just clicking on the lower settings button and select uh, quality auto. It is by the setting of this platform, it's 1080p, or for any reason, if you don't have it to high definition, please switch. You can do it. So DevOps. Uh, so apart from GitHub, there is also the DevOps organization, and it is called organization because Microsoft has named it that way. We can create our own DevOps organization, and anyone that has a Microsoft email, you can start by doing it this free. I suggest you to try to create a developer account in Microsoft using your Outlook email and see whether you are able to get a subscription that will provide you also with some benefits around a number of Microsoft services. When we have a DevOps organization, there is the matter of cost. And by cost, what do we mean? We mean how are we running our builds? Because what we can achieve with our DevOps, what is the primary reason of existence of a DevOps organization here? It is to host our code, keep our version control with different branches, okay, repositories, branches, packages, builds, everything, but also deploy our solutions, okay, build our solutions in our platform, in our case, Azure. For this to happen, there is the need of computational power. Okay, we need compute. We need a unit, an instance, a virtual machine, a processor, and memory to execute our pipelines because everything is happening through pipelines in order to build our code and into an app. Okay, so we are writing our code and we are ready to host it on Azure. Okay, in small application deployments, we can do it directly by using Azure CLI, the easiest approach. But where we are talking about enterprise and collaborative environments, CLI is not the best option here. Okay, what we need to do is move to an enterprise DevOps organization. For example, we can use GitHub or Azure DevOps. Okay, in GitHub you don't have to worry about this, but in Azure DevOps it is important to understand that you do have only a free amount of units to run in a Microsoft hosted computer, but you can also run your self-hosted job. So what is this self-hosted? Self-hosted means that you are creating an agent, and by agent we mean a virtual machine, an infrastructure machine is not always a virtual machine, as we can see today, that will take over the need from running your code and your pipelines through Microsoft provided compute to your own compute. Of course, this provides to you more control and flexibility over your way of executing the pipelines, especially when you have some legacy applications, when you have very special needs in the build environment, you want to control better some variables, or you want to download files and make changes, bring from an FTP, upload to an SFTP. This is very important, and this self-hosted agent gives you this opportunity. So, for example, I do have one virtual machine here that is a self-hosted agent. It's this one. Let me show you. It's a virtual machine, right? It's nothing special. It is a virtual machine that all you have to do is download a specific package from Azure DevOps, create a personal access token, and that machine will connect to your cloud DevOps organization and be able to execute any pipeline that you need. You just need to declare that you're using this specific agent. And now, because in the enterprise world, one agent it doesn't mean nothing, you can do something very, lightweight. But when you need to work in an enterprise environment, then you need a pool. So what we are doing here is that we are creating our agent pools, and this is Container Apps agent pool. We have one agent here already active. It is supposed to show offline, and this is the way that Container Apps do it, but we can add more agents here, and that gives us the capability to work in high availability, to run multiple jobs and have our work done in the enterprise world without worrying about resources at the end of the day. All right, so how we can do this? Let's move on to the house. Okay, so here is our VS Code. Okay, let me close this for now, and maybe we can ask Copilot later anything that we would like to ask. And let's see how we need to do this. So I have already created the environment. Let me show you what I have created. Let me also uh, make this view a little bit better in appearance. So let me zoom in. Okay, very nice. And let me do this. Okay, I believe that everything is a little bit clearer now. So what do we have here? It is a Python web application, okay? The way that Python serves web application is very standard. We need an app.py file or main.py file or our file in general. And then we need to write our code into this appy that will call the HTML files and declare the port and the packages needed to run. So for example, here we have this static folder and we have our style. We have our templates that hosts our HTML file, and this is our HTML file that presents our web page. So let's have a quick look how this HTML file looks. This is local, okay? So let me run this. And this is our local uh, file. The reason it appears like this is because it cannot communicate with the style.css. But in our cloud, it will do it. And I was a little bit bored to try to do it different for local, different for the cloud. So I know that in cloud it works. So I left it like this. So it's just a web app, okay? Just a very simple but nice, stylish web app for an insurance firm. It is only the front end, of course. We don't have a backend, and there is no need in this session to present and work with a backend. So for us to be able to work with container apps agents in our DevOps world, there are some prerequisites. Everything is, how can I say, listed or written is the correct word, written in Microsoft documentation where there are specific steps to create this container app agent. The first thing you need to do is on your DevOps organization, you need to make sure that in your project you have this organization connected to your Azure subscription. Okay, but let me take you one step back. What is our DevOps project? When we open our DevOps organization here, we are able to create multiple organizations. So you have the default one, and then you can create more. Within these organizations, you are able to create projects. Okay, so each project is a collection of repositories, a collection of pipelines, and usually a project is for a specific web app or a specific project, as it is named. So you won't find in one project, for example, different repos for different web applications unless you want to utilize a specific project for different web apps, and this is for your way of doing things. So let's go back and see this specific project. This is our project. You can see it has boards, it has its pipelines, test plans, artifacts, a lot of stuff in our DevOps organization. It's really amazing how DevOps works. And anyone that's deeper into the DevOps world, congratulations, you're a genius. So, project settings again, make sure that you have connected your subscription from Azure to your DevOps organization and subsequently project through the service connections. It's very easy to do it. All you need to do is create a new service connection, select Azure Resource Manager. Next, leave it on the default. This is my suggestion. Leave it on the default unless there are other reasons you need to change the way of communicating your DevOps organization to your subscription. So, for example, you can change it with a secret instead of workload identity federation. You can work in Azure registration with managed identity, and you know you can do it in a lot of ways. But in our case, let's stick to the default, which is this workload federation identity. So all you need to do is when you create this service connection, it is to log in to your subscription, select your subscription, and that's it. Keep the name of your service connection handy because you're going to need this. Second step, agent pools. You need to create a new agent pool. So add pool, create your pool with the name that you want to provide, and that's it. Nothing else. So from here you are almost ready. You are almost ready to return to your Azure. Create a resource group that you're going to use to host your resources. And in our case, there aren't many. They are very limited in number because it's a very simple application. So let's see here. This is our resource group that lives in Sweden, and we need a container apps environment. Okay, so my suggestion here is not try to create everything at once because you cannot create container apps environments from the portal. Okay, you either need to create a container app that will allow you to create also the environment, or switch to Azure CLI, and from here you will be able to create your environment programmatically using Azure CLI. This is the command, container app and create, and you are naming your environment into the resource group you want. You're noticing here some variables. So for me to be able to work a little bit faster, I have assigned certain variables: my resource group name, my location, the environment name, the job name that you will see later, a placeholder job name, the token, and our organization URL, and our agent pool. The token. What is the token? You need to create from your DevOps organization a token. And that's very easy. This is a secure token and allows you to integrate your VS Code, your workstation, your specific session, and of course, subsequent sessions using this token. It's a key, okay? So from your DevOps organization in the user settings menu, you can create your personal access tokens. When you are creating tokens, you have the capability to set a lifetime period that could be 30 days, 15 days, up to 1 year. So when you create it, you will see just once the token itself, and when you close the screen, it won't show again. So if I write this on like test, where you can select of all if you want to set it in a specific organization or for all the accessible organization, when it will expire, custom defined up to 1 year, and what this token will be able to do. In our case, we need this token to be able to read and manage our pools. So for our token, we are selecting these agent pools, read and manage, and provide a name like this too. And we are creating it. So when we create it, we are getting this token. You won't see it again if you click close. So you need to copy it into a secure place or somewhere that you will be able to find it quickly and incorporate it into our next steps. So far, so good. We have made some prerequisites work, and let's see what's next. But first of all, allow me to have just 1 minute small break, and I'll be right back with you. Thank you, everyone. Right back with you in 1 minute. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm right back with you. Once we have created everything up to the token, we are ready to perform specific steps. So the first step we need to do is the following. We need to create this placeholder self-hosted agent. It is, uh, something that you may find weird, something that you may find strange, but this is the way you need to do it. Before you can run your self-hosted agent in a new agent pool, you need to create this placeholder. So it's very easy to do it. Just AZHR build. You will see that we are building a new image in a container registry. I will explain everything. The image is this name that we have added in our environment variables or clear so far, and it's calling this specific image. Okay, this is a placeholder agent. Okay, it is a placeholder, but before it can live into our container apps environment, we need to build it. We need to create that image. What I mean is this, very simple. So you will see here that we have a specific container apps, container registry, okay? So this is the registry. Let me show you. In our registry, you will be able to find in the services your repositories. And by repositories, I mean images. Every image that you build in Azure with the command AZACR build means that you are creating the image into this Azure Container Registry. It is your storage place for your container images. Okay, it is a private registry. For example, docker.io, it is a public registry. mcr.microsoft.com, it is a public registry. Here we have our own private registry. And for example, we have this one. You can see the tags of our image. This is our app. And this one that we just created, the Azure Pipelines agent. It is the image that we are building by using this command. When we run this command, we see this image in the registry. So now, when your image lives into your registry, and let's have a quick look so you can understand what's going on with containers, right? What's going on with containers, everyone? Nothing that we can understand. Non-human readable code is what Docker does and containers do. Okay, they cut down everything into chunks of payloads of bits and bytes, and this is how they are storing it. Okay, they're using their own way of breaking down our code. We called our placeholder from, you can see it is called from GitHub, and it is provided already by Microsoft. And then we're creating it. We're creating like a job, not like a container app. It is like a job. We're creating the job that will be able to execute this placeholder agent. Once we run this, once we run this placeholder job, we don't need it anymore. We can delete it because it will create this placeholder. Okay, and that's it. We're done. We're using the token. You can see here that it is a job creation process. And when I return to my Azure subscription, what we will find is the following. Let's go back to our environment and resource group. And this is what is the job. This is the placeholder agent job. Okay, this is the one. So once we need to run it once, and it will create the placeholder agent into our DevOps. Okay, that's the order of things. Okay, we store the image into our Azure Container Registry, build it as a job in our Azure Container Apps environment, run it once, and when we run it, we will see that this thing will appear into our agent pool in DevOps. And that's all that we need to create our placeholder agent. Now let's go back to create our actual job. So when we verify that we have our agent in our agent pool, and it is okay to appear offline, it should appear offline, we can create our actual job. So this is the job that we are creating. Okay, agent container app job, create the job, the environment, the trigger type that will be the event. Okay, the event, and an event from Azure DevOps will be configured right into our pipeline. You will see it in a few. The retry limit, the parallelism, and the image that is going to use the container image name that we have already set into our container registry. The pool name and everything is here. The personal access token. So here is our job. Let's see our job right here. Back in our Azure subscription, in our container apps environment, we will find our job. Sorry, here it is. And this is our job. Again, we can delete it once it runs the first time. Okay, very nice. Now the fun stuff. Now it is time to build our code. First of all, we need to return to our container apps environment, to our DevOps environment, I'm sorry. Make sure that we are into our project where this agent pool exists and create a new repository. I have created this one, web app. When you create the first time a repository, it will be empty. You don't need to initialize it. Okay, just create a new repo, new repository. Okay, you are creating a new repository and it will be empty. I'm sorry, I'm using all the time the other keyboard. web app 2. I don't want the readme, and create. And here we have an empty repository in Azure DevOps. From your workstation now, you need to run specific commands. I won't spend your time with what commands you need. They are very specific. You need to run a git init in your local repo from the folder within the folder that your code exists. Okay, so into this insurance app folder directory, I will run git init. This will initialize a local repository. You need to add git add with a dot to add everything, or uh, at least it will look into this git ignore file that will be able to ignore specific elements and artifacts. For example, you have files that you want to not push into your image. Git ignore can help you filter them out from be synced into your Azure DevOps repository. Then you are creating with Git origin remote. With Git remote command, you are setting the remote repo. So you have your local repository and you are setting which one will be your remote repo. It will be this one. Okay. So the command is very specific and all the details are into the documentation. So allow me to switch a little bit here so you don't panic. Here is exactly what I'm explaining to you right now. Up to the part of the GitHub repo, okay? Because uh, it doesn't have the GitHub repo details here. So let me find. Yes, this is one self-hosted CI/CD runners, and you can see that we have another category for GitHub Actions. We're running for DevOps today. I will post the solution, of course, in our blog. So don't panic. Everything is here. Okay. Now, with the blog post that you will see in the next days, you will understand the commands to run from your local workstation to synchronize your local workstation repository with Azure DevOps. It's very simple, right? And if you are already into um, GitHub, you will be able to do it. Now, we have created our local repository and we have synced it with our DevOps organization. The important part. I want each time that I make a change in my code. So let's say I want to change something. Let's see what we want to change. Let's have a look in our local file. Actually, we can do it from the cloud. So let's see the actual image. I have already created the application. This is the container app that runs our code. So let me show it to you so you have a good look. So this is our application, right? This is our web app. It is an insurance app that you are able to get different plans and also have a calculator. Very nice web app. Of course, with the help of Copilot and some good ideas and creativity. A very simple web page, right? So, comprehensive coverage, and yes. So let's say that we want to change something here, get an estimate in seconds using our AI algorithm. Okay, we want to make a change here in our code. So let me go to the HTML file in the template directory in index, and I want to make some changes. Let me find some phrasing and change something. Okay, get quickly. Yeah, I have already made the change here, but it didn't deploy, so we're good. We are good. Get quickly your estimate in seconds using our AI algorithm. Okay, let's save it. Okay, once you save, you will see here that Git will pop up this flag that you have made a change and it's right the time to commit. But now we need to understand how pipelines work. So let's see. We have this pipeline, okay? Let's explore it a little bit. This is a YAML build pipeline. It's not a release, okay? It's a build pipeline. In our build pipeline, we are setting what will be the trigger. The trigger in this case for the dev, let's say that this is the dev pipeline for the development application. It is the repo, the branch main of our repo. There is no pull request. The pull of the agents is this, my caps. And what do we mean here for someone that doesn't understand what's going on? We mean this. Agent pools, my caps, okay? So we are setting the infrastructure where our pipeline will use to execute. Variables, specific variables, the container registry, the resource group name, the container app name, and the environment. The steps. Now we have something very interesting here. We are saying actually that when the commit message, you will see, when the commit message contains the keyword build, then and only then build the app in Azure. If it doesn't contain the keyword, then just update the repo and stay there. Do not change anything in the cloud. Okay? It's using the Azure CLI task, a display name, the condition. Be careful here to write down the connection, the service connection with your Azure subscription we explored earlier. It is a script, and this is the script, a very common script, AZSR build, the registry, and now we have something very interesting here. So we're building our app using the tag dev, okay? But it is a very good practice to use also the build ID as a suffix or even on its own as a tag. Why? Because you have the build ID that you can match it when you want to make some reverse, go back to the past because something went wrong. Oh no, we did an error. That wasn't supposed to go like this. Okay? Remember, we are still in the dev environment. Let's say that this is not what the public sees. This is our dev. Okay? But still, we want to be able to to navigate around our errors, our fixes, and what we need to be aware of and careful. So it is a good practice to use this build ID into your tags, your images, just to be aware of where you are making your changes and what do you need to revert to a specific build. So in our case, we can use now this tag. Let me show you. Let me show you also from here so you can have a good look. Okay, very nice. So we are in the main branch. Okay, this is important. We're in the main branch and we are ready to commit. Okay, by committing, what we mean? We mean that the changes we have made into our local files will be registered as changes into the Git database, let's say, or say it literally in the Git repo. I want to use this. Okay, change wording. So when you are usually making a commit, you need a good message for someone to understand what happened. So I will say build this or whatever, build this. and change some wording. Let's say change wording in main section. In main section. Okay. So the developer has done the changes that the team has decided, and we have this keyword build. Let me remove this slash, this minus. Okay, very nice. Build this and fire. Oh, I'm sorry. What is my error? Git commit. Oh yes, I'm sorry. I need to make the changes active by git add this. This is a command. Okay, git add. Make the changes active and then commit your changes. Okay, and now we can push. Now you can either click this sync changes or you can just push git push and add the keyword origin main, your main branch to your origin. And in our case, the origin is the main branch in our Azure DevOps organization. Okay, remember this, I'm always forgetting it. Git add to add all the changes, basically add the actual files, okay, into your repo. Let's push. It pushed, and now our repo in the cloud should have a job. First of all, you can see that we just now there is a job running. So this agent that appears to be offline, okay, it appears to be offline, is running a job. This is the job. Click on it, and it is in the preparation stage. You can click everything in the DevOps. You have very good visibility almost in everything using your DevOps organization. I would say that this is an advantage over Git. It is not that Git does not provide, of course, you have this visibility. It's a little bit more easy because Azure DevOps is not that extended into Git. Okay, Git has everything. Okay, it is the Ferrari, or the not the Ferrari, the Maybach of or whatever. You understand my what I'm trying to say here? Okay, Azure DevOps is I don't know, something else, the Mercedes. Okay, so yeah, you can see everything. The job is active. So let's return and go back to see what's going on with our pipelines. So here is our pipeline. Yes, the pipeline is ready. You can see also the changes. Okay, and here is the actual job that it is queued. Running other customers. Okay, what other requests are there? Let me see. The agents. Let's find the agent. Yeah, everything is as it is supposed to be. Yes, everything is correct here. Why we have this? I'm not sure. Let's have a quick look and let's see the pipeline. What other requests are there? Okay, our commit is ready. Everything is okay here. the pool is correct. We return to this and see our agent, project settings. Let's go to the agent pools. This one, it is good. Why it is good? Come on, Dora. Is it identifying 3 steps here? Let me see. What's the problem? Okay, I think I know the reason. Let's get a quick, very quick uh, intermission, and I'll be right back with you with a fix. I know what the fix is, so just give me uh, less than 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes. I'll need 2 minutes. Okay? Thank you. Thank you for your understanding. We'll be right back with the final part of the execution. Thank you. I just understood that I had my mic closed, but anyway, I'm not. I'm not going to get disappointed. Let me explain real quick what happened. In my previous steps, I didn't have executed the final uh, command that needs to build, and it's here, that needs to build the event trigger job. Okay, I have created a placeholder, but I have forgotten to run this, the secondary job creation. Okay, now if we go to the Azure subscription, you will see here in my environment, I have another job, and this is the actual job. This is the Azure Pipelines agent job, and this is not manually activated. This is run triggered by the event, meaning if we run a pipeline and it is ready, waiting for us to execute. Okay, you can see here two executions. So what happened? The first execution after our break. The first execution was waiting for a specific keyword into our pipeline in the commit message. Now, the way that I have written this does include these types of parentheses, okay? But I didn't have it, so it synchronized the repo in DevOps, but it didn't build the actual app, okay? Now, the secondary time, what I did was added in my commit message. Let me show you this in the commit message, the the parentheses, let's say. So our pipeline understood the keyword. This is a keyword. This is a nice way actually to build or have conditions in your pipeline whether to build or not. And since it identified our keyword, what happened? It actually built the app. So if I now return to my container apps environment and try to find my application, we use revisions. Not here it is. It was able to update it. So get quickly your estimate in seconds. So our change is updated. Let's do one real quick change again so you can see it. Let's change this big header. Smart quote calculator. So intelligent quote calculator, and make sure that this is the cloud. Yes, this is a cloud. Okay. So let's go and do that again. Intelligent quote calculator. I'm saving the file. The other one I saved is this one. Let's save it so we don't see any messages. Okay. The correct order now. Let's go back. Correct order. I made the change in my code. Git add dot. So all the changes are registered correctly um, in our repo. Git commit. I need to commit. Commit, what does it mean? It means that I am happy with my current change and I'm saying, okay, the changes I have made to my physical files now will be registered in the repo database, in the repo tree, to say it better. And yeah, change wording 3. Now, this is the key that I wanted to show you. You are able to have keywords in your commit message. Commit message is nothing, it's just informational, okay? But it can be used operationally with this type of keyword that we are declaring in our pipeline with this if statement in the script. We are saying if you find this keyword in your message, then go and build the application. Not just synchronize the repos from my local workstation to DevOps, but also build the actual web app. So let's do this. Commit and finally push the changes to the origin. In our case, origin is our repo in the cloud. And now, what's happening right now? Right now, our agent identified a trigger. The trigger is right here. This is the trigger. Our pipeline says, hey, I will use you, dear pool my caps, to run my pipeline. And into this pool, we have the agent we created with specific steps by the documentation of Microsoft. Don't forget the last step. Now, the agent is actually the infrastructure. It provides CPU, memory, right? Provides computing, so the pipeline will be able to execute. And by execute, what do we mean here? What do we mean? First of all, it reads the commit message and says, if I find this, I will not only um, build the app into the registry, but I will also update it into the container apps environment. Okay, this is the key of it. And also we are providing also some details. That's our pipeline. If they don't find this build keyword, they will just create the image in Azure Container Registry with the dev tag and the dev minus build tag for us to be able to follow our changes. So if we actually go and see what's going on, it is running still, what's going on in our container registry, it's in another resource group, but yeah, you don't need to create container registries here and there. Okay, utilize your container registries as much as possible. So yes, you can see here we have our dev, which is the standard dev image, but we also have the build ID. So we know what's going on. We know where we made the first change and the second change. Huh? Right? And we can either bring back this image or bring back the other image and all this stuff. Now, we have already spent almost 90 minutes. I had prepared the other pipeline, which is more interesting. This is not just about the keyword, because imagine in the prod world, if we're able to commit with just the keyword. No, this is not the best practice. The correct way to do it in the prod world is to add approvers. And by add approvers, I mean an actual email message will need to reach a specific person that will have to press approve. So it is all about the pull request, as it is called. Okay, now let me run once more one commit without this. So you will see that it will not build anything before we close our session for today. Even if I made everything, yeah, that makes sense. So let me change something here. Your estimates, Control S, git add dot, git commit, hello changes, and push. Now you will see that this pipeline will run, but it will never create something in our registry. So let's see how many builds we have here. So we have stopped in 470. Okay, and this is the current dev. Okay, the current dev. is also the dev 470. And this is our web app. You can see that it changes intelligent code calculator, and the command to do this is the update, AZ Container App update. Okay, so once we are building, and then the container apps is calling. There is something that you may ask me, but how this container app is communicating with the registry? I have already created this, so let me show you. Let me show you how it's done. Maybe in another session we can go and see the actual deployment. So what I have done, I have created this environment. I'm sorry, this environment, container apps environment, programmatically, and then by AZCLI, I have created this container app, insurance app. I can show you that it is using here from containers. It's using the image tag dev 470, which is actually the dev image. Okay. The subscription, the identity, mass identity with specific ACR pool, least privileged. Okay. Zero, zero trust, right? All around the world. And in more advanced environments, let me show you quickly our, for example, our MVP community. There, because we may collaborate with others, there are specific rules for the backend and the frontend. Okay, and these are full of environment variables, but we're getting out of our actual uh, reason that we're here today. I hope you liked it. It was really interesting, and yeah, I have forgotten to run the Rust command from Microsoft documentation. Stay tuned because this solution will be posted into my blog, and this blog will also have the details about the production with a pull request. Now, if um, I understand or find out or see any requests to make the second part of this session focusing on the production pipeline with a pull request, I can do this. My idea was to make a secondary session using GitHub Actions. So we can also do that. I'm open. Don't forget to subscribe, please. This is really, really important to actually see you coming in, subscribing into our channels. I would really love to see you subscribing. And to tell you the truth, um, it really gives me pleasure to see people that are supporting us into this attempt to share the knowledge, get connected, exchange ideas. Again, uh, guys, I'm open to speakers. Please, please communicate with me so you can get into the stage and uh, present to us your ideas. Please, please, please. Okay, I'm going to help you. I'm going to provide to you content. I'm going to give you ideas. We can go over to, you know, um, a pre-prod session together, and it will be really a pleasure to have a new person into our groups and our sessions. Thank you for attending this live event. Of course, it's recorded, it's streaming live, and it is recorded. Thank you, everyone. Have a great morning, evening, or night. See you in our next event. Bye bye, everyone.